I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
I'm telling you, kids, don't come to Hollywood. I'm serious.
Your camera's there.
You're so broken. I love this. Please don't get well. You know, because the movie wasn't shooting for another year. So he asked me not to get well. That's how this business is.
Jim Carrey has been warning us for years about Diddy and his fellow Hollywood elites, and it seems we were the ones who had not been paying attention. From cryptic comments warning people to stay away from Hollywood, to rumors about Diddy trying to get him to one of his infamous parties. And remember when Jim Carrey dropped that bombshell on the red carpet? At the time, we all laughed it off like, oh, there goes Jim being weird again. But now, with everything coming out about Diddy's alleged freak-off parties, trafficking lawsuits, his trial, and the FBI raiding his mansions, we're looking back at Jim's words like, wait, was he trying to tell us something? And here's the craziest part. Rumors are swirling that Jim Carrey might be a silent witness in the Diddy's investigation. That's right. The same FBI case that's got Diddy sweating in court. Some insiders are saying Jim's name is in those files. So grab your popcorn and maybe a crucifix, because things are about to get dark as we break down the shocking connection between Jim Carrey and Diddy's alleged secret Hollywood circle.
We in America are misinformed. Reality shows have warped our idea of what a hero is, or what the truth is. So tonight, I'd like to dedicate this award to those who remind us of our virtues, who remind us of the truth. To Sir Charles Chaplin, who battled McCarthyism into exile. To Christopher Steele, who tried to pull a thorn out of the paw of an ungrateful beast. To Christine Blasey Ford, to Colin Kaepernick. He'll stand for the anthem when the anthem stands for him. And to one of my friends, my good friends, and one of the greatest artists of our time, Robert De Niro, whose life was threatened also this week, along with many other incredibly decent people who bring joy to the world.
Guys, in order to understand this story, we will have to rewind for a second, because this tea has been brewing for years. You see, for years, whispers have long circled elite Hollywood, those ultra-exclusive invite-only parties where A-listers supposedly indulge in, well, very questionable behavior. And at the center of those whispers, none other than Diddy. The man has built a reputation not just for music and mogul moves, but for throwing some of the most secretive, off-the-grid parties in the business. And for just as long, people have wondered, why has Jim Carrey, the legendary, beloved, but famously elusive actor, never been spotted at any of them? Well, guess what? We finally have answers. In a series of rare and cryptic interviews over the years, Jim Carrey opened up and directly addressed the speculation surrounding his absence from Diddy's infamous freak-offs. And let's just say it wasn't about being too busy filming a sequel to The Mask. No, Carrey got real. He talked about how he's always been wary of Hollywood's darker undercurrents, the unseen circles, as he put it, that protect the powerful at all costs. According to Carrey, staying away from those parties wasn't about missing out. It was about staying clean, staying awake, and avoiding the black hole that seems to suck in so many stars. He even hinted that he'd heard stories about what really goes down at those events, and let's just say they weren't the kind of things you'd expect to find in a Vanity Fair feature. The vibe, disturbing. The crowd, dangerous. And the protection, ironclad, until this whole Diddy in prison thing messed everything up. Now, Jim Carrey didn't drop names, but the message was loud and clear. Diddy and his inner circle had been shielded for years, and Carrey wanted no part of it. So, while the rest of Hollywood turned a blind eye or played along, Jim Carrey kept his distance, and now that the house of cards is tumbling, it's looking more and more like he saw the writing on the wall a long time ago. Guys, over the years, Jim Carrey has become something of an oracle for those who've always suspected there's something sinister lurking beneath Hollywood's glitzy surface. He's been vocal about the industry's obsession with fame, wealth, and illusion, calling it soulless, hollow, and even demonic. So is it really a shocker that he steered clear of Diddy's infamous freak-off parties? Not even a little. Fans are now looking back at Carrey's cryptic comments with fresh eyes, especially as lawsuits against Diddy pile up, complete with disturbing allegations of coercion, trafficking, NDAs, and even whispers of ritualistic behavior. And suddenly, Carrey's eerie warnings over the years are starting to sound a lot less like eccentric ramblings and more like straight-up truth bombs. Take his now legendary 201 appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, where he looked directly into the camera and basically started naming people who were part of Hollywood's secret society.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
Oh.
At the time, people laughed it off, but now it feels chillingly specific. I mean, take a look at the comments people have been leaving on that video since then. My dad was there was no laughter there, it was added to cover it up. Thanks to Jim for putting his life in danger to say this. My sister was in this show, she told us when he was telling about this, nobody didn't laugh. This video has been redacted. The Diddy stuff is going to make this YouTube page historic. So much of this was out in the open, yet the vast majority of people refused to accept it, and now we are here. People who are aware of the fact that they can be taken out in the snap of 2 fingers and yet still speak the truth will always have my utmost respect. Bless you, Jim. May God keep you safe. FYI, if you've never went to a show, they add laughs when they edit. No one is actually laughing.
I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? Like, for years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on. You know, when they get out there in the woods in a circle naked and they decide these things and, you know, and you know, look at him trying to come it out. It's hilarious.
Now, the question on everyone's mind is, was Carrey really just being weird, or was he dropping a veiled warning about what was going on in Hollywood's inner sanctums? Fan theories are exploding across social media. Many now believe Carrey's infamous red carpet moment where he declared Hollywood is not real, it's demonic, wasn't just a philosophical saying, it was a deliberate shot at the power players running the show behind the scenes. And with Diddy's name suddenly at the center of multiple lawsuits and federal investigations, those old clips are going viral for a reason. Guys, between 2014 and 2017, Carrey made several cryptic, pointed statements that didn't quite make sense back then. He called Hollywood soulless, said celebrities were possessed and manipulated by dark forces. At the time, people chalked it up to Carrey going through a spiritual or artistic phase, but now the dots are starting to connect and fans are convinced that Diddy's shadowy empire is exactly what Carrey was warning about. So here's the million-dollar question. Was Jim Carrey trying to sound the alarm about the exact kind of parties, power plays, and predators that are finally being exposed today? Or is it all just a wild coincidence? Now, I know you might be asking yourself, was Jim Carrey blacklisted, silenced, pushed out of Hollywood because after he started speaking out about the darker side of the industry, it was like he straight up vanished. No more big movie deals, no Ace Ventura reboot, no blockbuster comebacks, just gone. And if you've been paying attention to what happens when stars go off script in Hollywood, Jim's sudden disappearance feels anything but random. After calling Hollywood soulless, demonic, and hinting at disturbing things happening behind closed doors, Carrey's career hit a wall. He went from being one of the most bankable comedians in the world to barely appearing on screen. Sure, he's been painting and making making the occasional public appearance, but the Jim Carrey we all knew, the movie star Jim, poof, like he never existed. Now, conspiracy theorists have been sounding the alarm for years, claiming Carrey was silenced by the same system that protects people like Diddy and cancels anyone who dares to question it. And let's not pretend like this is some isolated case. Look at the pattern. Kanye West speaks out about Hollywood and control, canceled. Brendan Fraser opens up about being abused, blacklisted for nearly a decade. Jim Carrey calls Hollywood demonic and starts dropping cryptic truth bombs. Career dries up overnight. And then there's that deleted tweet from Elon Musk where he said something along the lines of, many celebrities are leaving the US because they know too much. Excuse me? Was he talking about Carrey? Because let's be real, Jim didn't just step back. He disappeared. No press tours, no Netflix specials, no late night cameos, just a couple of interviews and then radio silence. Some say he's tucked away painting in a private studio. Others believe he's laying low for a reason. Carrey himself hinted at this in one of his last public interviews where he said, I have enough, I've done enough, I am enough. But let's not forget that kind of resignation always seems to follow the same pattern. A star speaks out, gets quietly pushed out, and is suddenly labeled as eccentric or retired. So was this Jim's choice, or was it Hollywood's way of shutting him down before he could say more? So, as Jim Carrey continues to be one of Hollywood's most enigmatic and thought-provoking figures, his refusal to stay silent about the industry's darker corners is turning more heads than ever. While most celebrities either play the game or keep quiet, Carrey has carved out a reputation as someone who questions everything and says the things others are too afraid to. For years, Carrey has been distancing himself from the typical celebrity lifestyle, diving into spirituality, art, and existential philosophy. But it's his refusal to attend Diddy's notorious parties and his open critiques of Hollywood's soulless culture that have resurfaced in a big way now that Diddy is facing a legal firestorm. Carrey's absence from those infamous freak-off events didn't go unnoticed, and now, in light of shocking allegations, it's starting to make a lot more sense, and this is where it gets juicy. You see, rumors are exploding across Reddit's r/conspiracy threads and TikTok that Jim Carrey's name is allegedly listed in sealed court documents related to the Diddy case. Some users even claim that the FBI has contacted Carrey for testimony, suggesting he might be a key witness because according to whispers, he knows way too much. Think that sounds far-fetched? Well, let's connect the dots. Multiple ex-employees have accused Diddy of using NDAs and extreme intimidation to silence people. Cassie's lawsuit alleged that celebs were being used as suppliers or bait for exclusive parties. And the FBI didn't just raid Diddy's homes for show, they were reportedly searching for evidence of trafficking, financial crimes, and coercion. So if Jim Carrey was ever invited to those parties and said no thanks, he may not just be someone on the sidelines. He might be someone who knows what went on behind those locked doors. Maybe someone who's seen the signs, heard the stories, and stayed silent for now. And think about it, if Jim was ever pressured to join and he walked away, that makes him a dangerous person to certain people. Not because he's part of it, but because he isn't, and because he might talk. He's always been ahead of the curve. Now the question is, will he speak up again, or is he already doing that, just not in the way we expect? Let me know your open buy-ins in the comments, and don't forget to check out our other videos for even more shocking celeb tea. Till next time, bye.